This is a Trunk Club stylist. She hand selects outfits for her customers, and she's 100% real. And because she's real, you can chat with her online or over the phone. She learns which styles you do and don't like because you can give her feedback on every item she sends. So when you get a trunk at your door, you know your stylist picked up to 12 items that will look great on you. It's your personal style, curated by a real Trunk Club stylist.
I don't remember which one I was using because there's too many of them. Okay. I'm sorry. I am back now. We had and I couldn't get it to work. They have there's a client with a thing and a problem, and that's unfortunate. So we tried, and I tried, and it didn't happen. All right. Oh my God. Maybe I can actually get this finished tonight, just because, it's like, welcome to my week of everything's going to be broken. Yay! Okay, and from here, there's a path. it starts here and kind of winds up like this on top of the ridge, sorta. It sorta connects here. I think there might be another connector from there, if I remember correctly. Okay, and that's going to be orange-ish, because that's a footpath only. Oh! Mr. Davenport. Hey, how are you doing? I'm sorry. I want to be felting so badly, but I'm in a FOST class right now, and we've had so much going on this week that it looks like I'm doing Illustrator tonight. So I'm supposed to be planning this out. Yeah, it's still going. So yeah, I'm supposed to be planning this thing out. Hey. Okay, I don't know what's. I'm looking at this thing and it doesn't look like it's behaving, because OBS says it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, that was just Twitch being dumb. All right, so as Twitch will be. Yeah, I'm actually just I'm trying to get this FOST thing taken care of, because my husband and I are both firefighters, so yeah, so we're both firefighters, and we're in a fire officer strategy and tactics class. And one of our assignments that is due this weekend is to do a pre-plan of a um, area or single structure, and we have a camp in the area, so I need to mark out for emergency planning where this whole thing is going to be. And I was really hoping that I'd have time to get this all done today, and it didn't happen. So we're gonna do Illustrator tonight and make slides until I can get it done. So hopefully, once I get all the markers in and I get my notes in, I can be done with it, and I can move on to stuff that's more entertaining, because that would be awesome. Are you guys all on the wrong layer? Yeah, you all need to be down to. You all need to be like here. I can move my layers around now, looks like. Alright, that's good. Yes, I'm a firefighter. Currently still an EMT, although we've been so busy with everything this year that I don't. It's complicated. But I'm like between two departments, and most of my records are at my other department, and it's not been the best terms, unfortunately, because sometimes that happens. So I'm probably going to take a break from EMT for a little bit, and we're just going to go back and get our national cert, because if we get our national registry in EMT, then it's easier to transfer that other places anyway. So I will probably just take a break because of the way my hours worked out this year. Um, it's not a big deal. I've been so busy anyway. I haven't really been on any major runs, unfortunately, because right now we're just kind of on auxiliary. Um, but yeah, I'm a firefighter. I've been in probably over 250 runs. Of those, we tend to run like 90% medical. So most of those were medical. It'd be car wrecks, or I've fallen and I can't get up, or various things. Couple gunshot wounds, mainly. You know, people out here that literally got a little too drunk and shot themselves in the foot. But that happens. I got tons of EMS stories, of course, because there's always sometimes. Ever watch me in chat? If you get two EMS people in chat, we'll start trading off horror tales just to see who can one up who, and that's a thing. But yeah, no, I did. I've been doing that for a couple years. Not nearly as long as others. That was something I didn't start till I got to Indiana. see. All right. Oh, and I need to do water supply. So I believe there's actually road access up here, and then little water supply here. So this is totally draftable. Drafting's cool. I see that's something that Matt and I actually kind of specialized at. We trained one of the local city departments on how to do the tank setup, which is always funny because you get these city departments and they're always like, "Oh, we never need to use that. We got hydrants." And it's like, you think you have hydrants until something happens and you don't have hydrants, and then you need to know how to set up a dump tank. So we got the new recruits from one of the little cities over. We taught them how to get a dump tank set up with because they have manpower, so it's a lot easier. So we taught them how to get a dump tank off the truck, set up and ready to go in 45 seconds, which I thought was pretty darn good. Because everyone's always like, "Oh, it takes too long. Why do we want to do this?" And it's like, you know what? Sometimes that's quicker, especially if you roll up on a hydrant, and it turns out that the hydrant that you have rolled up on is not very good water pressure, and then you're gonna want to have another option, and dump tank is a very good option, very very good option. Yeah, no, I'll go on. We actually just got our firefighter instructor certs in October. So officially, what we currently have, at least I do to the end of the month because I messed up my EMT. I'm a firefighter 1-2 instructor. We're currently taking the fire officer strategy and tactics. Um, and then I have a hazmat technician and and then a bunch of variable other classes that we had taken. I did the CBRN for emergency responders class, so I probably have more than enough hours. The problem is that the way they want it documented is I don't have the paperwork because I turned it in. So there we go. So I don't know. I'll see if the other department has a copy, but I don't know if the state will accept it, and I'm debating if I want to even try to or not. So I probably just should. I'll get down to the last day and pull everything together in like 2 hours, but in the meantime. Alright, this is a big sand pit where they have bonfires, because it's cool. 1 point. But yeah, so right now it's just getting this. I really wanted to finish my little schnauzer tonight too. I was so close to being done with him. That's alright, this is important stuff. Because once we get FOST taken care of, then it'll be a lot easier to move on to any advanced courses. We'll see how that goes, because we need to switch departments anyway. Because the other department that we were kind of adopted into when stuff happened with the local one, they're currently merging into like a proper fire district, and that's like a full-time paid type dealio. So even if we went part-time, it would still be part-time paid. I know he's not interested in doing it as a full-time gig, but I'm not technically working right now. So I'm currently doing volunteer and student, which doesn't pay the bills. um, but it does help out with the community, so it works that way. And keeps me busy, not like I'm not busy. Okay, that's the sand pit. Well, Matt is working, so our base expenses are covered. But what I'm not covering is the dreaded student loans because I'm trying not to ask him to put his paycheck towards my folly, if that makes enough sense. Because there's things that unfortunately you sometimes learn the hard way. And there's also the question, well, there's a whole bunch of questions as to the legitimacy of the college that I went to at this point, and the fact that I'm not technically working in my field, so it gets complicated. So I was part of that predatory lending thing that went out because that's when I was going to school was late 90s early 2000s, and they're still doing it even today because I went back to college, so I'm currently taking Cisco training classes because even though I worked in Hollywood and even though I had done a bunch of stuff for movies with the visual effects degree, I still technically never worked in my field because I wasn't actually creating the art part of it per se. I was doing render farm management and more of the tech side. So I ended up being because I'm really good at computers. I ended up doing more um, data management and security. So and it's not I have no problem with it. I actually really enjoy it. But um, it's like I went and got this like $200,000 or something ridiculous, whatever it was, loan for college that I'm still paying off, and um, I never technically used that particular skill set. So I'm currently going back now to get my Security Plus, my Linux, my LPIC 1 and 2, and my Cisco CCNA, and that's the networking class, the security class, and one of the Linux classes. And it's more just so I have the certs because even though I've already kind of been doing this for years, um, what that then goes out and applies to is being able to get a local job because in the real world they want you to have the certs, and in Hollywood they just want you to be able to, well, at least the company I was at, they were more happy just to be able to see that you could do it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and misspell this and not care about it. And we're going to save this first one out, and this one is done. So, export. Boop, boop, doo. JPEG should be fine. Use artboards number 1. And we're going to call this slide. Well, I'm just going to call this 001, and I'll have to put them together later. But yeah, so that's my, we're doing this for video. It should be fine based on optimized. Don't need the ICC profile. And go. Okay, cool. So that should be done. And then let's organize these better because you should always organize your layers. It's very important to organize your layers. Get in there. Building. I don't even know why you're even there. You need to go away. Go away. Goodbye. Okay. Alright, so that. Alright, that's going to go with this one, and you get to go up here. Oof, there we go. And then this is. Well, technically, we could probably do that. Is that should overlay? Good. And this shows you the height wise because this is a cliff. This place was so cool. Oh, I actually need to put another path in there. Come to think of it, but this place is really cool. It's this little it's this camp. It's like all back up in the woods. Well, the U.S. I don't know. I could get into a whole discussion about student loans and U.S. colleges, and it was bad, and they're doing a lot of things to try to fix it, but it's currently not fixed. So until it's fixed, but you sometimes just gotta roll with stuff. Oh, where did I put it? It's down at the bottom there. I found it. Oh, that's odd. Oh, that's because of that. All right. All right, I'm gonna get back into, I think, no, this is roads. So go back into roads, right there. I need to, there's actually another footpath here. I need to put all the little footpaths in. I'm just trying to, I remember these. So there's this little grotto, and they just bought this property, so they're currently working on like redoing it. And so this section all here is actually like a pond or a lake, but people had they had kind of just let it go for a long time. So before this place bought it, so there's like trash back here and stuff. So Midian's currently working on cleaning all this up, and then there's this really cool little grotto. They have like little fairy gardens and stuff in there, and they're working on doing all this. So you come in and there's like a stream and all this water on this side that they're working on cleaning because this is all an old quarry, and then on the other side there's like this sheer like what it's like slate and limestone, blue Indiana blue limestone rock wall, and it just goes all the way straight up. So it's actually really cool little path. And then that just kind of wraps around a bit. So it's actually really neat back in there. But I just need to make notes because basically what this is where is everything, so in case there's a medical run or something. And it looks like there was actually old rail bed that kind of went like back in here. And it does eventually turn out to more of a road that comes all the way out. So technically they could probably do that. And then there's a couple paths like here that cross over, and there's one here that crosses over, and then you have creek access, and this is really more of a footpath. And then of course, because there's like cabins and stuff, so they have like there's like footpaths that go like this for camping. And then there's a bunch of more like, tent sites and stuff that kind of wrap around, if I remember correctly, like that. And then this is a dead end. I think that covers that. But they're working on getting this all developed, because I didn't go back here because it's just still woods, but all this is going to be developed into like, campsites and things. So it should be really cool when they're done with it. They're cool. Usually, it's really funny because we live in oh yeah, they're overly political, but we do live in, I guess, like the edge of the Bible Belt of southern Indiana, and we do have one slightly crazy church, and then we have a bunch of normal ones, but then we also have like 7 religious camps, and then which is always so interesting, is it's most of them are really cool, like 90% people around here are just awesome, but we have one group that can be a little overbearing, unfortunately, and they've actually done silly stuff, like they've like slipped in the back property, and the preacher at that church is like tried to like peek over and see what they're doing in there, because they're kind of they're of all the Christian camps we have one pagan camp. It's like, we're at a Bible camp. I'm like, just dude, they're not doing, just leave them alone. Like, I don't know, because I get a kick out of this because I'm friends with everyone down here because I'm also pagan, but it's just like, dude, no one, no one's bugging anybody. It's all cool. It's like, if you walk in the front door, we'll let you in. Which that's why I think they just everyone just kind of shakes their head at it. It's like, if you ask, you're totally invited to come in. Just don't sneak around. Mainly because there's the sheer cliff right here. Staff is only allowed on this side. This is a staff only area. So guests aren't even allowed up here. And I was only up there because I was doing pre-planning. So if you come over this way and you don't know it, there's pits and holes and caves and old quarries, and you could like break an ankle or fall down and hurt yourself like bad. And that's kind of why I'm doing this pre-plan. Is this is just a footpath. You have to be carried down on a backboard, and it's not going to be comfortable, and it's not going to be easy to access you and you're not going to be easily accessible. But so that's basically that's why you pre-plan, going like, well, if someone does something dumb and they fall off of this cliff, they're going to be here. What is the most efficient way to get them to the road so we can get them to the hospital? Or the other thing I'm doing down here is the green shows where you could easily get 2 fire trucks in an area. So you can really only get like a 27 or 30 foot or whatever pumper engine up to like here, and they'd probably have to back in, and you could probably get one small pump truck down close enough to throw a line in the water, and then they'd have to suck that up and over. And this is probably a good 50 feet, which isn't too bad. I mean, you could pump hose for 300 at a time before you. I think they've done, if you tether fire trucks together, if you go pumper to pumper to pumper, they've had to pump water for like miles before. And I mean, it's totally doable. And once you get the suction and the system working, you can totally pump, up to, I think it's 25 feet vertical per run, uphill. But you have to daisy chain a whole bunch of trunks together, and you can't go more than, I think, 300 feet at a stretch. So it's like basically two large, 2 hose lines, or well, depending on your length of hose. But yeah, it's there's a limit to how far you can go, because then you got to do all the water math, and I'm gonna keep babbling. I'm gonna stop now. So it's like, what math? No, math is fern. You can be in your own layer. Come here. It would help if you unlocked it, made it visible, and then dragged it into its own layer. Fine. Darn you, Adobe. No, I don't want to put them there. Ah, I cheated. I won. Okay. Alright, so then that's what that looks like. And I'm going to do this as the next slide. Oh, shoot. I need to finish that. Oh, well. I'm being dumb. That's what happens when you're dumb. Da-dum-dum. Da-dum-dum-dum-dum. Okay, anyway, so water source is blue. I'm going to cheat. Yay. How you been doing today, though? I didn't get to stop by and see you. Or I don't know if have you been on yet. Come here. Ouch. And I'm going to need 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. 1. Ouch. That hurt my foot. 2. 3. Okay, path. I need to distinguish what these are. Oh, come here. Yeah, that needs to be visible. I found a voice, a text to speech modulator, but I need to talk to the Fierce Kittens about getting it incorporated into GIFBot, because I know that GIFBot can do the text to speech, but I'm wondering if I can replace the default with the one that I found, because it would be totally brilliant, and I have so many ideas to have some fun with it. Because I know you've met Carl, my rooster, and pull this two-lane. We can spell totally with an E. Two-lane access. All right, and one-way access. Ah, do it the right way. 2. Capital. But I found this module. I found the and I want to work it into GIFBot. So basically, I do have a lot of farm stuff, like tons and tons and tons of farm videos, and I'm doing some more research on this. And I had been on YouTube and was uploading some of my stuff, but I'm not liking the direction a lot of that's going anymore. So I'm looking to move everything here anyway. But as much as it's fun stuff and it's more the educational side of things, it doesn't exactly fit this particular channel. I mean, even this is kind of pushing it with the stuff. This is more commercial art than I think a lot of people end up doing. But actually, I've gotten paid to do slides before, so it's not like it's that bad. It's just that this is my pre-plan, and I'm just trying to get it more structured. Let's see, key. Oh, and there's hubby, so he might come in a second. Ooh, hold on. Oh yes, the real cock, the real one. So well, if you're in on my channel, you can see he's below my stream now. Is actually a picture of him. But yeah, he's quite legit. Um, so yeah, Carl has his own channel. So that username has an actual channel that does actually already. I've already uploaded a bunch of stuff, and I was trying to organize videos today because I easily have over 100 hours of farm vignette stuff, and I have educational videos and things. I got to go through to see what's appropriate for Twitch because I know they tend to be a little more. There's stuff you can get away with on YouTube that doesn't fly here. So there's certain videos that would have to be like very, very limited, like late night, if people actually wanted to, and that had to probably be an opt-in. But just because, like I said, I do raise and butcher and stuff, so I actually did do a how-to video on that because people had asked me, it's like, what's the correct way to do it? And I go, if to do it properly, this is how you do it properly. And I actually have a start to finish of a chicken breakdown. And yeah, chickens are horrible, horrible things sometimes because it's like this is one of your brethren, and my hens are like, let me eat its spleen because that's what chickens are like. That's exactly what they are. It's like, can I have a kidney? I'm like, okay, whatever. Here, have a kidney. But yeah, they're chickens are cannibals. Like, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking about eating fried chicken while Carl is here. I'm like, no, no, chickens are cannibals. They don't care. They're they're, they're just they play foot. They're fascinating critters. You can totally, if you just watch chickens for a while, you can totally see how they're related to the dinosaurs. Totally related to the dinosaurs. Because it's literally like Jurassic Park in my yard every day with these like fat, stripy, feathered little beasties that are like ridiculously intelligent and just funnier than heck because yeah, chickens are hilarious. And then ducks are kind of hit and miss. Like Keith is really smart. I like him. He's the one that's injured that's up here with me right now, and he's apparently decided that he is these five stupid ducks dad. So he's now like totally taking care of the ducklings. Oh, and I lost my thing. Come back. There we go. Oh, ingest. Why must you not be very fun? Okay, anyway, I need to get. Need to make a note on Cliff. Oh, and I gotta keep an eye on time because we do still need to get on the road. Alright, so that's gonna go there. And I just need to make an elevation check. And that goes all the way up to the highway. Oh, OBS, you're totally in the way. Oop, can't go that far. There it is. We're gonna do that. It's gonna be easier. I popped you out because otherwise I just kept not being able to see it, and that wasn't cool. So let's go and dogs are also hilarious. I love my puppies. Buildings. Probably need to put you down the next layer. Let's go down here. Blink. There we go. Oh, higher elevation should be Should be like orange will work. Quack. And we'll do no, I need that here. Stop misbehaving on me. Just do it. I'm actually being really good tonight. Usually Adobe gets me, I've had times when Adobe's got me so mad that I'll just like scream at it. Get into very heated discussions. It's always entertaining. It's like, are you in a heated discussion with your software? Yes. My software and I are fighting with each other. Because I am not happy with how it's behaving at the moment. It's actually doing really good right now, so I'm not too concerned. You need to be empty. Oh no, actually that's the wrong color. I don't like it. There we go. And let's try for okay, and you need to be behind roads. Because that's not going to work. Get in the pink layer. Get in the, there we go. Get in the pink layer. And we'll call this elevation. Elevation. Alrighty. And I need to back a little more. Select the entire channel. And we drop you down to like 30. I'm just going to make a note that there's like a pink area. It's top of cliff. It is a sheer drop off. Sheer drop offs are not good if you don't know they're there. So, say, even if there was like an accident, say the side of the road here, and I actually kind of have a I actually have a story from that. We actually had a car wreck right here. So, oh, and this is also where we learn not to necessarily trust the officer. So we came down here and there's a car off in the woods here, and we look around for a bit and we don't see our patient, and so we are searching for a while. And we can't find it, and so finally, actually no, correction, we hadn't even gotten down there yet. The cop looked for like 2 seconds and didn't see anyone and called off responders. And I'm like, well, how does he know? Because he only looked for like a minute. And we've had enough accidents where people are coming too fast or something happens. They can get tossed out of the vehicle and they can end up in a tree, which is totally probable. I've had at least one where, well, I'm not going to get into that story because it's too gory, but we've had multiple where we've had people like ejected. And so you don't know necessarily what's happening down here. And so at first we're like, we're not going to go. And then we thought about it a minute going like, I don't think he looked long enough. We really need to go at least do a quick search. So we went ahead and we went down just to kind of do a drive-by, and the cop's like, I called, you're not going to, is that there wasn't anything there. And finally, while we were still going up and down the road just to try to figure out, where did this person go? Because there was no confirmation. He hadn't called into the hospital, which is kind of important. It's one of those kind of important things. The ambulance, as they were coming up, because there's like a town that's like over here. So the ambulance, as they were coming up, actually found the guy staggering. He was drunk off his rear, but they actually found him, staggering, trying to hitchhike to the hospital. And so the ambulance pulled over and picked him up. But they, he very well could have gone bad because they told us not to look for the patient. It's like no. You always have to make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on. All right, I'm going to use artboard. I'm going to use range 1. Save. I'm going to go ahead and correct that one. Now it's got all the stuff, so that's what we want. And then you go away, and then you come out and save as. No, export. Genius. Export JPEG. Now it's going to be 002. Range 1 still, because I didn't make different artboards. I should just made different artboards. Just, you know what, screw it. Now this is going to be easier. I only, it's already 8 o'clock. I got to like knock the rest of this out in like half an hour. Okay. Alright, so that's going to remain the same. I'm going to lock this layer, open these up. What's next? And then, okay, so this part I'm doing is, alright, that one's pretty much the same. I think that was 3D view. Alright, now I need to mark my ABC sides. Okay, so for pre-planning, alright, so that's the whole area. Hopefully this won't be nearly as complicated as I think it's going to be. So I need to make a B, C, D. That should be good. No, wait. You make that bigger first. It's pointless to do it if it's going to be too tiny. So anyway, in fire planning, the A, and I'm mainly only saying this out loud to remind myself because it's going to be on my test. So, and I'm really bad with certain things, and it's better to remember it this way. So on fire, the A side is always the front of the building, and then it goes clockwise. So the front of this is going to be the A side. I'm actually going to draw, I'm going to do a rectangle. Just to roughly box out where this place is. So this is generally what this looks like. I should make it a little bit smaller so I can see my other sides. And we're going to do, nope. Okay, that, and make you a bit fatter, because we need good fat lines. Good fat lines are good for you. Alright, so it's A, B, C, D. And it's going to be the B. One side of the property has a river. It's an open field. So if this was a brush fire, field might be a concern, but it's not. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. B, C, D, E, F, G. And then when they count everything that's of a concern, so on the C side, they may say, well, there's a road that backs up to it, so depending on the nature of the emergency, keep that in mind. I do know that there's like road access like right along up here. Okay. So make sure it's actually working because I poked it out. I have to make. I don't know when I'm going to put these together. Okay, so this side is the front entrance. what would be helpful is if I hadn't done that. Now, I might not be able to. Paragraph. Can I fix my case? So be like, nope, you broke it. That's okay. I'll work with it. Front. You know, I can't do this here. I'm just going to misspell everything because I can't spell. Okay, good. New text document. Alright, fine, that works. I can handle you in that window. Yay, spelling. And we're going to fix it because I'm dumb. So in this case, A side is the front entrance. It has a narrow one vehicle gate. Stop it. Narrow one vehicle gate. There's 2 lanes. B sides has a water source. Suitable for drafting. Seaside adjacent to the highway. There are places that access from highway is available through the woods and on foot. Highway, H-Y-E. That's byway, H-I-G-H in English, or our English. T-H-R-O-U-G-H. It's on foot. Alright, and D side. Is heavily wooded and has many pitfalls, literally many pitfalls, pitfalls and sheer cliffs, difficult accessibility. Over there, T-H-E-R-E is over there. And again, a highway, highway. To the highway, there are places that access highway is available through the woods and on foot. I really need to clean that sentence up. La da da da. Don't care about the young boy, talking about the upstarts. I should have made them all. Oh well. I'm not gonna have time to stab things at this rate. No, I'm not gonna do my my line of duty death thing tonight. I spent like all day researching it. I just need to write it up, so I think I'll be okay. I mean, it was basically there's 4 assignments. There's this one with the pre-planning. There's a near miss one that I need to do, so which I can kind of use the same one that I already did, because there was 2 firefighters involved, and one was a near miss and one didn't make it, and so I need to write that one up also. And then this is the planning one, and then the let's see, what was the other one? So it was line of duty, near miss, pre-plan. I need to look up to see what the fourth assignment was. I think one of them was one that we do in class anyway. Oh, where's hyphenate hiding? I'm so happy the ducks put themselves to sleep. I really am. No, stop hyphenating. Well, you know, I do kind of hate hyphens because I have hyphen in my name. It was a nightmare growing up with a hyphen in your name. You understand that kind of... Oh, there you are. Go away. Go away, hyphens. Don't want you. Don't love you. It's a nightmare when you're growing up and your name is hyphenated. Because, like, my first name is hyphenated. So my first name is Mary Margaret. It's one name. Yeah, it sounds really Catholic. Because my families are Irish-Italian. And that's what happens. You end up with hyphenated first name. So I remember my bus driver getting in a fight with me when I was in like 3rd grade, saying that my name was my first name was Mary and my middle name was Margaret, and I kept having to explain to her, no, my first name is Mary Margaret. And my bus driver kept insisting that I was wrong, and this went on for like a week. For like a whole week, my bus driver basically put her foot down and is like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, what was I, like 8? I was like 8 or 9 years old. I'm like, no, I'm like 8 years old. I know what my first name is. I've had my first name since I was born. You have not had my first name since I was born. So I kind of know what I'm talking about because it's my name. And it was completely ridiculous. And finally they just caved in because I'm like, no, I'm putting my foot down on this. You're not telling me that my name is something it's not. Because it's silly. Okay, and save. Okay, good. That's 3 slides done. And then I was gonna do... Alright, so this one started here. Oh man, I have such a headache. It's beautiful. My beautiful, beautiful headache. All we care about is talking about me and you. A, B, C, D. Alright, and you need to go like up here. So it would be A, B, C, D, I think. And we're going to have to spin this. We're going to spin it right round, baby, right round. No, that was the other one. No, that was close-ups. So, alright, if that one's going to be... Oh, I know, it's going to be up here, isn't it? Come here. Yes! Okay, I think I found it. It's going to be this one, this one, this one, and this one, if I remember correctly. No matter how I do this, I need to I need to select all of them. Yeah, we'll go ahead and resize this one too. And we're just going to do it. Smiley, nope, not Photoshops. You locked? Yeah, they're locked. Okay, good. And we're going to make it smaller so it fits on the whole slide. I'm kind of happy when class is over this weekend, to be honest, because I'm like really tired. I haven't even started class yet, and I still got like a bunch more days to put in, and then I have my Cisco stuff. Oh my god, it's gonna be so painful. Why is this just not... What on earth did I do? This does not look right. I did something really wrong. This should have all been from different angles. See, if I'm looking at this and what it should be. Yeah, it should just be... I need a group. Because then this is A, so A is always going to be the same thing. So, come here. So the A side is always going to be the front side. I'm going to have to take new screenshots of these. I don't know if I'm going to be really happy with this or not. It is true though. If you go back in the woods here, that seaside does butt up against the. Anyway. Okay. Why are you fighting with me? I don't want to get in an argument right now. No. Why are you... Screw it. No! Oh, you jerk. It's like, Adobe, you whore. It's like, stop being a brat. Why are you being a brat? Alright, A side is the front. Ugh. What did I just do? And no work was done that day. And everyone cried. Because everyone wanted to be felting schnauzers. Actually, I just really wanted my mom to watch me stream, but she says she doesn't Twitch, and that made me sad. That's fine. It's all good. I will instead just do my homework. Okay. Alright, and this was just to get a close-up of the buildings. I don't even know if I need this, honestly. I'll have to ask Matt in a minute if he thinks I'm even going to need these slides or not. This, I think, was important, though, because what I wanted to cover was possible taking care of the trucks. Basically, like supply line and POV parking. So if we needed to truck in water, I mean, we should in theory be fine, you know, drafting. But in case it's like frozen or something happens, you could either park POVs along here, and then if you can get, I suppose you could do a tank or pump operations. That would be you know, possible. So you could be doing supply line. It would be something that could happen. And POV parking is good to manage. Like we had hubby and I took like an entire class just on traffic control and management that was put on by INDOT. So I'm going to go ahead and make a note of that, because what could happen here, which would make the most sense logically, and there's one arrow. It's going to be purdy arrows. I'm going to make my arrows purdy, because other people in the class can't just totally whip some stuff out with the mouse in 2 seconds and make it purdy. And then you have a choice. You could either take your tanker, you can go that way, or you could take your tanker and you could go out that way. But all of them sons of bitches gonna be going in this way. And where did your arrows go? Let me tell you where my arrows went. Oh, and now my ducks are up. They had their nap and now they're ready to be pains in the butts, because that's what ducks do. Yay, arrows! Ta-da! So, there's my crappy arrows that I love. Alright, so how that could be managed is supply lines. Do this all one way. Do you want to build a snowman? Alright, now we have to clean them up, make them pretty, because they're not pretty enough. Because Lord knows, you know, I have to go ahead and make it pretty, even though they're totally not going to grade me on any artistic ability at all. No. Oh, that would have been fun. I could just spiral tool with it. Pop that out. I wonder if hubby will let me. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna do anything for dinner tonight. I might let the kidlet stream. I don't know what's going on with other stuff though. That's the other problem. Today was Matt's 3-year anniversary at his job, which was pretty cool. I think it's the first time he's actually held a job that long, just because usually contract work goes fast. So that's kind of a big deal. Do you wanna build a snowman? I don't wanna kill the snowman. Okay, bye. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? I can't even sing tonight. Everything hurts. Okay. Wouldn't you think of the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here, you'd think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see 'em dancing, walking around on those, what do you call 'em? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down a what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Betcha on land they understand that they don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand and ready to know what the people know. Ask 'em my questions and get some answers, like what's a fire and why does it, what's the word, burn? When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore up above, out of the sea? Wish I could be part of that world. There's something sweet and almost kind, but he was mean and he was coarse and unrefined. But now he's dear, I'm so unsure. I wonder why I didn't see it there before. She glanced this way, I thought I saw, but when she touched she didn't shudder at my paw. And it can be, I'll just ignore, but then she's never looked at me that way before. Oh, and then I can't remember exactly what the next verse is. It's new and a bit alarming. New and a bit alarming. Who'd have ever thought that this could be true? That he's no Prince Charming, but there's something in him that I simply didn't see. Ugh. I want to stab things so badly, and I don't have time to do it. Please be done with this, so I at least get a couple minutes to stab. Just a little bit. Little pinch. Little pinch. Kill the Crab says just a little pinch. Little pinch. Just a little pinch. I like to pinch. Traffic control. You know why? Because you should think about these things. Because no one ever takes these things into consideration. And this is intelligent. Because if you have a pre-plan for traffic control, then you can figure out where the hell you're parking your shit and how many trucks you can fit down there. Because there was an incident down here, and that kid's no longer on the department, but they told him you can't bring the fire truck in because there's no room. They didn't say he couldn't come in. They were just trying to explain to him down here that you can't fit your truck. And the reason he couldn't fit the truck was because, or like literally, oh, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'll actually show it because it's visible on here. But this is the gate. This is a fairly narrow gate. And so there's this kind of one-way narrow gate that they use for crowd control, and it's really the only way in and out. Stop it. My opacity is like 100. Oh, you know what? I bet you I know what happened. Yep, because I'm dumb. Okay, there we go. Narrow gate, which is true. I don't know why they don't have like those built in. So, because they're not built in, there's a little trick here with the Photoshops. We can new document real quick. But yeah, so anyway, so on the Photoshops, if you go to all your various pre-selected thingies and bobbers, so you go under the line tool and get this custom shape tool. I love custom shape tool. Custom shape tool is your friend, and you can have all sorts of custom shapes. I think I'm just gonna go to I have a really big big file on here. This is my sort me folder because Lord knows. But yeah, so you can get. Let me give that a second to. There we go. So we're gonna load her up, and you can get tons and tons and tons of custom shapes, and and I just want to look for a decent looking arrow, or something that looks decent of like an arrow that I can put together. And so what you end up doing is you can grab something like this. I'm gonna get one of the standardized ones from this pack. Well, otherwise the one I got would probably be fine. This is the problem with being a designer, is I need to look at all the things. All right. I tend to like this one now. I'll go for the small one. All right. So now you go ahead, you slap that sucker down there. Highlight the whole thing. Now keep in mind I have this set on my select. It should be just auto select whatever it is. Apparently it doesn't look like. Alright, got layers already there. This should work just fine. I'm not going to worry about transform controls. These are all good. There's a spot somewhere on here, because that's a shape, where it'll tell you things. But basically, we're just going to Control C copy. Make sure it's highlighted, Control C copy, and then we're going to go pop back up Illustrator, Control V paste, and it's going to ask you, do you want to do a compound path, or if it's fully editable, or just a compound shape, which is editable, or compound path, which is faster. I always just go to the default with the shape, or at least that's what defaults do for me for now. Throw in your fill defaults so that you can see it, and then color whatever you want. And this is of course going to be red because it's a kind of a warning thing. I might do a little bit of yellow. I need to set up a striped thingy. Floop. Alright, and then we have this narrow gate here, so I'm going to go ahead and point to the narrow gate. Narrow gate. There. And it probably needs a white outline just so it pops. pop too. Because once you pop, the fun don't stop. Make it a little bit thicker. I am going. This is why. This is the thing. This is what happens. I have to. This is why I went to art school. Yep, that's why. Do 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 do. Because of that. All right. So this is a narrow gate, but this is a 2-lane highway. You can fit 2 vehicles down here. You could probably either back up or go forward with one smaller engine or tanker. So let's say default water setup. Depending on the situation when you come on scene, I'm going to go ahead and we'll just have like a base pre-plan and then work it from there. So default water supply setup is how I'm going to basically call it. Because for me, this is what would be, logical. Say like plan A. I'm going to call you plan A, which may totally not be something that's available. Draft. I honestly, in this situation, I would pray that you can draft. You have that nice big creek right there. Plan A is just set up for draft. That's it. Set up for drafting. Logically, toot my fire truck. What? You're hiding there. What? You're hiding. I just saw you. There you are, peekaboo. Wee. This is why I'm not going to get my homework done ever. I'm drawing a fire truck. I can't stop myself. It's too late now. Fire truck. It's like freaking was it Lenny from the Lego movie. It's like, I want to do a spaceship. It's like, oh, no spaceship. You feel so bad for him. And then you let him do a spaceship. And then everyone's so happy. It's like, yay, finally got to do a spaceship. So happy for you. I'm the biggest dork ever. I know I am, but I love it. I don't care. Can't troll me because I troll myself too hard. And that's just how it is. I think my goats are making noises. Oh my god, it's almost 9 o'clock and we should be leaving at 9, which is when I wanted to finish my stream. I don't think Honey's finished his homework either. Except he's kind of cheating because he's already taken this class once, so he already has all the materials. I just didn't have time between, kids in school and goats and not feeling good and all the things that happened this week that we had to deal with, which is okay because we got through it. That's really the only important part, right? It's surviving the work week. And if you survive it, it's all good. You just sometimes it's just, it's just getting there. Although, the other thing that's been kind of on my mind is figuring out what to do for like a memorial for Nick. So one of my friends left us last war. Actually, 2 of them did, but Nick first. I think there's already stuff being figured out for Adrian, but Nick loved particularly monkeys. He was our original general of the monkey army, which is where the little monkey for my channel and stuff comes from. And so because of that, I'm trying to figure out if what I want to do is kind of like a memorial for something to do that'd be nice, kind of in his memory. And I was trying to think if we're gonna, pick a animal shelter to donate to, or just, what would be best. And then I need to, do kind of a fundraiser, a she thingy. Okay, so I'm gonna call this E1. That's a big E. Is that a realistic sized engine? I don't care. Don't care. Engine, yay! And we're probably just gonna group this sucker. That's probably more realistic size, generally. Group. There we go. So logically, I do believe that there'd be enough room for them to turn around here. If they parked it like... Alright, we're gonna say, depending on where there's a fire. If there's like a fire up on this side or back on like the stage or something. So the assumption here is this is on fire or the stage is on fire, and I need to run back over to thing and just grab a thing on fire. So Photoshop, and let's make some shit burn to the ground. I have no idea this is what he wants for the class, but you know what? I'm really tired and loopy now, so I'm gonna do what I want. I'll go do what I want to make you bigger. Oh, and find some fire. What looks like fur. Oh my goodness. Page up. Nope. Fine. Be that way. Yay. Windows logo. And some of these are like duplicates. I need to go through here and like strip a bunch of crap out. All the states. All the cute animals. There's a chicken in there somewhere too. Stop getting distracted, Mary. Bad Mary. Oh. I could just make fire real quick, probably. I don't think it'd be that difficult, but I know I have it, so I don't want to go searching for it elsewhere. I might just make this from scratch. Ah, fire, perfect. Okay, there we go. Yay. We're just gonna... No, I want the shape. This is why you need to be able to see it. There, so if you take off auto select layer, still not really sure if I did what I want. I'm gonna find out real quick. Yep, it did. Okay, we're good. Yay, fire. Alright, and because, you know, it's fire, so let's make it yellow and stuff. And then let's duplicate it, and then make it red, because it's fire. And I've just entered myself into that zone that happens when creative people decide that they need to be creative. And I'm going to end up spending way more time on this than I probably should be. And then we put some of that one on there. Yay, okay, good. So this one, and this one. Oh my god, I should not be screwing around this much. I really need to finish this so I can go. Maybe I'll try to bring some of my felts with me down there. Because I got 2 nights, maybe if I don't have too much homework, I can do some felting tomorrow night remotely with better internet connection at the hotel. It wouldn't be the first time I streamed from the laptop. Matt will yell at me though. He's like, "No, let's pay attention to us." I'm like, you know what? It probably should. I should probably just take another weekend off because it would be good for. Oh, I want to group you, but you're not going to let me, are you? I'm just moving to a new folder. There we go, new layer. Okay, so we're going to say this crap's on fire. It would help if all the crap, all the crap needs to be on fire. All of it. Oh my god, my back is killing me. Okay, like fire over here. Like the stage is on fire or something, or the building is on fire, I don't know. But there's gonna be the assumption is there's fire over here somewhere. There's usually a fire pit there. I don't know, maybe someone got out of control and crap happened and they caught the stage on fire. So let's say there's like fire here. Engine would be here. Quack. Quack. God, they're so cute. Everyone needs ducks. And then when they get stupid, you can eat them. Poor ducky's like, no, no, mommy, don't. And like, yes, but that's the only reason I bought you. You only came home because I'm going to eat you. E1, and this is going to be... I'm going to call it T2. Just so it's more easily distinguishable. Alright, and T2 is going to go down here. It would probably be best if they back their asses down there, and it's going to be difficult. I'm not denying that shit. It's going to be very hard to back it down there, but I think it's going to be possible. Not easy, but possible. And then you would have to do pumper and hose operations, where you'd be doing basically a line in, and I would recommend going off to a Y. And then on this side, there's going to be a hard suction line out to the river. I'm probably super overthinking this, and Matt's going to be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, they want ground operations. This is what should happen. Tell me it's not what should happen. It should totally happen just like this. It's like, screw you guys, Mary's chief now. Yay. Okay, that's going to be a red line, because that's going to be All right, and then these are going to be our 2 inchers. So I'm thinking 2 inchers are probably going to be. It depends on how many people are running operations, because that shit gets heavy fast. Like seriously, heavy fast. I know because I'm usually the one on nozzle. Usually Matt's running the pump and I'm on nozzle, and it's nozzle's heavy and shit. Not that you can't do it. It's just really heavy, especially when you're completely on your own. RGB, damn it. I want some RGBs. RGBivs. Give me my RGBivs. Do 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 do. And now we're going to make a little hexagonal firemen's. If you're lucky, you'll have 2 people per hose. If you're lucky. Those are much shorter hoses than they really would be. They'd be like much longer. Ideally, you'd probably want to zigzag your hoses a bit. A little more hose there. It's literally hose before bros because first you have to get the wet stuff on the red stuff, and then you want to come in with your bros. So always lay your hose before you send your bros. Because if you don't lay your hose before you send your bros, people die. So that would be like a bad thing. So yes, that's why you always go hose before bros. And if you haven't realized it yet, I like really, really bad puns. Really bad puns. Really, really bad. So we're going to take this line out. It's going to be like that. And this is going to be going into a Y. Actually, it could just be coming straight off the engine. That's also very possible. It could just have 2 outs. We're going to zigzag the line a little bit so we got more we can run with. Because you cannot have enough hose line. It's good to have your line. You want to have enough line so that you can effectively kill the fire. Because you don't want to deal with the fire, because having fire is bad. You don't want the fire is bad. Go away, Mr. Fire. Go away, go away. Go away. Go away, Mr. Fire. Fire's bad. You want to put fire out? That's your job. Your job is to put the fire out. You want to put the fire out because that's your job. And your job's do it safely because you don't want to die because death is bad. Although in this situation, probably wouldn't be too bad. It could go south. So, okay, look, that's 2 points. 2 points equals 2-point line because I'm a dork. And you gotta make you guys look like your actual firemen, and that means that you'd be little tan-colored hexagonal shapes with little black hats. Because I'm guessing that you're probably, you're probably tan-colored dudelets with little black helmets. Those are very round firemen, but that's okay. When you're wearing gear, it happens. It really does. Totally happens. Do. And I'm way overthinking this again. What are you doing? Adding reflectors. Why? Because I'm totally wasting time at this point. It's already 9 p.m. and I should really be on the road by now. And he's going to be upstairs and be like, how far are you in your homework? I'm like, way not far enough. Reflective gear, yay. We are never getting on the road at this point. Ever. I'm so screwed for class tomorrow. I want a double line. Why won't you give me one? Give me a double line. Arrows, decorative, borders? Was it borders maybe? Dashed borders. No, I want double solid lined borders. No, I don't love any of you. You're all bad. I don't like you. I want a lines. I want lines borders. Border lines. I just want 2 lines. I want 2 lines, and I want 2 lines that are... It's like nothing that I want here. It's like nothing. It's nothing that I want here. At all. I'm so loopy right now, and I'm like, No, I don't need anything this fancy. I know exactly what I want, but it's just not, it's not right there where it needs to be, like right in front of me. It might be in frames. No. Okay, remember back on the old like Apple, on like the Apple computer, and it was like the really early like Apple IIe, and it was just like I want frames, and your choice would be like a thick line and a thin line, and two lines of equal size. That's all I really want is two lines of equal size. I should just make two lines of equal size because that would probably make more sense at this point. Oh my god. Note to everyone, don't try to do your homework or anything at all when you feel like crap because I still have a sore throat and I'm totally no, don't use the Wickham. I don't because I don't have one. That's on my short list of things that I really want badly, but it's been on my short list of things I really want badly for like 15 years. God, I'm old. But yeah, I'm one of these someday I'll get a Cintiq. Someday. Someday. Oh, my throat is killing me. Can I just make my own? I want like an art brush. No, because then I have to like actually create it. No, screw you. I forget this. I'm just gonna do this though. Screw you. We're just gonna duplicate. Because I should have just done that like 10 minutes ago. Like, ugh. Roll it and pat it and mark it with a B and put it in the oven for baby and me. Hmm. He's gonna yell at me. He's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm screwing around way more than I should be. It's like we're never gonna get out of here tonight. We have to leave. We have to leave. We have to leave. We have to leave. Okay, on the plus side, I'm just gonna use this one dude. It's like, okay, close enough. Group. Alright, so you should have two dudes on the hose because they need to be like helping each other out because that's how it's supposed to be. Stop. Again, at least two dudes on the hose. And this dude needs to be like the safety officer and some shit. See, what this is really like doing emergency planning stuff because I'm in a class and for anyone that's currently showed up and is wondering what on earth is going on here. I'm currently in a FOST class and I have this due tomorrow and I'm not done with it. So I am literally doing a pre-plan, and I'm doing a fairly detailed pre-plan because I'm a glutton for punishment, and I know he's gonna, my husband's gonna be up here and he's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" I'm gonna be like, "Well, I'm doing a pre-plan." So um, there's going to be like a dude here that's going to be watching. There's going to be some other incident person like here, and there's going to be, so you have to have your people, doing your things. It's very important to have your people that can do their things. And and so there's going to be another dude over here that's going to be checking the pumps on this, because you have to have your pump operator. So there's going to be a pump operator here, or possibly here, depending on what side of the pump the truck the pump is on. And I'm going to take the ladder off of the tanker. I'm going to leave that up there, but we're going to take the ladder off because the tanker probably doesn't, or in this case, we're going to say the tanker doesn't have a ladder. We're going to say it has a pike pole. Okay, so we're going to take that sucker off because this is a pump. This is just a pumper, and that's its job, is to be a water hauler, and it's connected to this with a 5-inch pipe, which is 5 points exactly, because I'm a dork. And we're going to go and say we have a 6-inch suction going into the stream. It's like right over here, because in this case that's exactly what's happening. And we got proper 2 firemen per hose, properly charged lines coming off on a T. Now you could do this, put this into a Y, and then you could have attack from here and attack from here. That's fun too. So we're going to say if the fire is over here, this is a logical pumping setup. This is probably about 50 foot of hose, honestly. This is probably only like 50 feet. So we're going to say it's about 50 feet. All right. So ideally, whatever it is, and then of course you'll have your cop and your ambulance doing their thing. But they're going to be taking care of like the building, and we'll see where that goes from like here. And then I should probably put an actual hose stream on it. So we're gonna hit it there, and you're gonna hit it with straight streams. Those are like the wonkiest straight streams like ever. Watercolor, yay! At least then I know I got one I can use. Hit that sucker with the watercolor brush. Yes, we are. You know why? Because dork. And then we're going to make it smaller. Come on. Accept. Fine, don't accept it. See if I care. Totally let me down, man. Totally letting me down. I need to pack my stuff so we can get out of here. Never gonna get out of here. Never gonna leave this place. Then you gotta have your dude like out on the road so you can like direct traffic and stuff. Anyway, yeah, there we go. So that could totally work. That's totally a plausible thing. I'm gonna end up sneezing on top of my poor little microphone. I don't want to blow people away. Hey. Do 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 do. I'm gonna get out of here. Okay. Oh, now they're all like in the thing. No, that's bad. Alright, so then, yeah, so effectively this was kind of how we had that sort of set up. It was like that. Yeah, actually, it was pretty darn close to. Oop. Yep, I'm going to draft like that. So there you go. So that's what it would look further down. Go ahead and set up a drafting supply and do it that way. Alternately, what's going to happen is if you can't, or it's in a different spot, or for some reason you can't draft, you know, to be honest, it's kind of fun doing the pre-planning bit. Alright, so that's the second possibility. Alright, those are good. Third possibility. Alright, another one. Alright, so let's say we got fire. Again, fire is still kind of like burning here. Maybe for some reason we can't get to the water. Yeah, maybe it's kitchen fire. I'm not gonna worry about that one. What are we gonna do? Oh my goodness, my throat is killing me. We're gonna listen to ducks being adorable is what we're gonna do. So cute. Alright, so I'm gonna say for some reason we cannot draft. Maybe it's too frozen, maybe it's dry, who knows. For some reason it's not gonna happen. Ow! Keep in mind there's still a narrow gate. Plan B, dump tank. Because you never know. You never know when this is going to end up having to happen. So, plan B would be a dump tank setup. And so basically what it would have to happen be some pumping action going on here. So maybe you'd be able to get a truck in here-ish. Zoom that. We're going to say narrow gate. We're going to say there's a pumper here. Maybe we can get enough to get like an engine in a bit, so we can get a pumper and an engine. I'm going to hook the pumper and the engine together. We can maybe get a dump tank set up just on the other side of the gate. So I would do 2 dump tanks, honestly. I would do 2 dump tanks, have them hooked together, because you can do that. You can daisy chain dump tanks together. So you can daisy chain a couple dump tanks together, and make sure they got either a suction or they have some sort of a jet pump between them. There's actually this little doohickey. I wasn't actually in the pumper training class. Matt was, but I went to it, so I actually took video and was watching when they were doing all their practicals. Alright, and what would end up happening is hopefully you'd have enough room. And these are kind of oversized, just a hair, but what you would do is you would have the county tankers come through, however many there are. You know, they would be like this, and you would run you'd run your water supply like so. And they could either, you know, set it up so they could back in and dump. And there's rocks here at some point, but I don't think the trucks are actually as big as I'm making them. You know, and then they could pull out and go. So you could, I think it'd be more realistic sized for a fire truck anyway. Alright. And then from here, you would probably be running some Ys. You might be running a top deck. Who knows? They might even get guys on a booster line up here to hit it from the air. Who knows? They might fog it from there. I don't know. We're just gonna go with something a little bit simpler. I say like the kitchen's on fire. You probably wouldn't even need that many tankers. Oh my god, I gotta get out of here. No! I didn't get to do any of my felting. I'm so sad. Oh my god, I'm freaking starving too. That's not helping any. Dump tanks! Because tanks need to take dumps too. Totally not working. Why are you not going down? No, it's retarded. Oh my goodness, I'm like so dizzy. I don't understand why you're misbehaving. There we go. Do dump tanks, hard suction, 2 booster lines, and organized traffic control. I'm gonna make, yeah, screw it. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like, okay. I just gonna do it here because I'm gonna lose it again. This is my thing, and I'm gonna probably log in a second, so I can just knock this out because I'm not gonna have time tonight to do anything at this point. I almost would have. I would have made it if I didn't have to run down and do an emergency for the thing. Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna head out. Thanks for anyone that actually hung out for this, because that's awesome, and I really appreciate your support. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish this offline. I don't have a lot left to do, but I just need to knock it out real quick because we have to get on the road because class is like an hour and a half drive. And it's first thing in the morning. So I hope everyone's having a good night. And all right, I am gonna pop off, and if I'm lucky, I can do something tomorrow. But I probably won't be back again until like Monday or Tuesday. All right, good night.